It's afternoon tea time on a wet weather day in East Fremantle. And rule number one, Gordy is good. But never make assumptions. Because women in football aren't necessarily the tea makers. When it comes to the niceties of the game, they know of what they speak. I'm invited to the home of a small shark pack, namely board member Rod Cronan, league player Louis,
which part?
and their wife and mother, Fran.
Hope she's home. There you go, yeah.
Oh, that's lovely, David.
It's lovely tea. I think
Yeah.
it's a bit bright, but you know, it's good
well,
for
it
afternoon
matches
tea for a miserable day like that. And it
No, it
matches,
matches-
actually, it matches.
I'm in
the fact-
Claremont colours, but that's...
Which is very fine by me, I have to say.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rule number two, a little less of the Tigers, considering the Freo gene pool I'm swimming in. Now, Cronan might well be the house surname, but the ancestors are Regans, and there were lots of them. You have to wonder how a girl would cope in all this testosterone.
I'm the daughter of Harry, who is the eldest of the boys.
Yeah.
Toby was the grandfather, who was a very, very well-known East Fremantle stalwart around here. Well, of course, East Fremantle. And then Dad was... And then there was 8, 3 girls and the 5 boys. And then you had...
8?
8, and Dad was one of 8.
Oh,
Yeah, and then Dad had 10.
Right.
I'm one of 10.
yeah.
So which is 5 and 5. So you had Michael, Con, Danny and Davey. And then you had...
This would be the Catholic Regans, would it?
Yes, this would be.
Getting back to being a girl in this football-oriented family, all very
Yeah.
good footballers, already famous footballers.
Yeah.
What was it like?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great. You always either felt very protective when you were out, you know, if it was, you know, the Regan name was mentioned or something, there was always someone that would, you know, protect you. Not that you got into situations, but you always knew someone and someone always knew you. Maybe not me directly, but knew of the family.
You belonged to the clan.
Yeah, and it was, you know, because
Yeah.
it wasn't even just the Regans, it was the Nishams, it was the Millers, it was the Shades, all part of that big family. So it didn't really matter, you know, when Jared was around, and then you've got, you know, my brothers and Dad and Michael and Con.
Yeah.
Con was, you know, always at the club and that, and then went to the Dockers. So.
But what I'm really wondering is, keep going with that cake because it looks fantastic. What I'm wondering is, was it a boys' thing, this football? Was it totally boysy? I mean, did they include you in it, or were you included as girls to bring the afternoon tea, dare I say?
No, that's what you get into later. No, us, the girls growing up, no, we were out there as much as there. I've got a photo there of the 5
Well, come
girls.
have a look. What, playing football?
Playing football, we played in the Powder Puff Derby with Lionel York.
A derby down these parts is by definition against South Fremantle, be it men or women.
That's myself up there.
Oh, you haven't changed.
Maybe the mouth is still open, but
You said that. I didn't say
yeah,
that.
but someone else will say it too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I think there was about 3 or 4. They did it down at East Fremantle or South Fremantle Oval. There was a.
And what did you play?
I was a little rover. That's
Yeah.
Roxanne.
Yeah.
She played ruck. She was very good and did all the. She was the tough one. That's Daniel Kerr's mum.
Daniel Kerr's mum.
Yes,
Right.
as I said,
So that's another football.
We always say Daniel got the in and under from Roxanne. Nothing wrong with Daniel.
So it's another strong
Roger.
football connection.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, they're coming into
Did
that.
you win?
A few times. A few times. I know there's a few collared girls down at South Fremantle that might say they won. But
Now, this is going to be shown at a Derby Day, half-time. Tell me about the East Fremantle, South Fremantle
rivalry.
rivalry. Is it more than that? And by the way, let's have that coffee too.
Yeah, I don't think it's as prominent as it is now.
Yeah.
Mainly, I think, because of the AFL. You know, the support.
So in your day?
Back when I was growing up,
Yeah.
I think it was really there. My husband and I everyone had a gamble on it, you know, and you wouldn't talk to, and it was who and who.
But were you friends at the same
yes,
time?
yes. Most of the
Wasn't
time
serious?
you were. No. Well, could be, but most.
What
of the
about the
time.
women? Was there rivalry between the women?
Mainly on the Powder Puff Derby. I can't remember any violence or anything like that between it.
Yeah.
But yeah, verbal and everything. When it came down, You know, you did that. I do remember.
Are you a good barracker?
Oh, yes. Yes, my husband doesn't like that. But yes, no, very vocal.
You just yell and scream?
Oh, not now, I don't as much.
Why's that?
Because we're all in a confined space. If we're out in the open, you're going to get it, you know, and you will. But then it's like, I think it's good now that a lot of men now actually take women seriously with what they, you know, I mean, I've been following it since I was born. And I don't get it right all the time, but either do men, you know, so we have our opinion. And, you know, the girls, we watched the AFL the other day, you know, and there was 8 females and we're all picking up the mistakes and what the umpires should have done and shouldn't have done the whole time, you know. So, you know, I've been watching it, my husband, since he was under 16. So as I said, I've got an opinion on the football, whether it's right or wrong.
I've been wondering about women in these clubs, whether they're there just to make the tea or coffee, but judging by the slowness of your coffee, you cannot be at that club to make coffee.
No, and I must admit, down at East Fremantle, I'm still an apprentice. Apprentice at making the tea and the coffee. We have ladies there that are 50 years in doing it. So, I am the coffee lady.
Myself.
I pour this on Saturdays. But as I said, I am an apprentice still because I'm only going back into. You put the milk in first because it burns the.
Oh, do you really?
Well, no, some like it like that, but some don't. So
well, okay,
I will have milk
yours,
first.
That's yours. Okay.
But I think women in football. It's the kettle.
I've spilt your water, but
that's all right. Women in football, I think. You know, whether it's the nurturing side of it, we're in the background or anything. You're going to have more women in football now. Yeah. But to me, that's a career option for them. You know, it's a paid position and they should get it on their merits.
I noticed that there are no women on your board.
Not yet.
Yet.
There was a couple of applied.
At Souths, there are no women on the board, but their patron is a woman, Eileen Bond.
Yep.
None of your vice patrons is a woman. Is East Fremantle a little bit slow getting there, do you think?
Well, I think that East Fremantle, maybe it's on the merits, and there's a lot of men in front of the women, you know, that, you know, are there first.
Yes, but
women
can add something else, can't they? They can add another dimension.
Definitely.
The men on the board can't do that, but the women can.
We won't be long. We won't be long.
Would you like that?
It has been suggested, but I'm a little bit, let's do this.
You mean
we won't be long. We won't be long in having a director.
You're a little bit backward and coming forward. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Only in public. You know, I'm a heckler.
This is public.
Yeah, I'm a heckler from the back.
Okay.
But I do agree. I do agree. I think it will happen. But at the moment, I think the women that we have down at East Fremantle are happy to be in the background at the moment. You know, whether it's the teas, and we have a very
happy,
good.
But I mean, are you happy for them to be in the background?
If they want to be.
Yeah.
There is plenty of options down there for them if they don't want to be.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, we have female stats. Yes, do the stats and things like that.
You haven't got a female coach though.
No, but have you got a name that would? Yeah, but have we got one that's applied or hasn't applied?
I don't know, but I mean, is there the opportunity for them? I mean, would East Fremantle go, welcome, come to our club?
I would hope so.
Are you still a footballer?
Do I play?
In other words, if I were to give you something, not to keep, but to play with.
Ooh. Surprise me, David.
No. A lot of advertising on there.
Yes.
Yeah. Could you use that?
Yeah.
Could you kick it?
Oh, definitely.
Do you want to kick it?
I can kick that. I can handball that.
If we take
Not sure about bouncing.
I could never bounce. If we go out into the park, in the cold and the wet, would you show me your style, powder puff derby style?
Yeah. I nearly joined our girls team, but I think I'm just a little bit over the fact of that. So.
Over the fact or over the hill? What are we talking about?
Well, I'm a bit nervous about running out there with the body. The mind's still there. The mind is definitely still
Fran,
there.
I want to see you kick that.
Yeah.
Are we going to do it here?
Yeah, I don't want to go too far.
And so, just hours before the biggest storm of the winter, Fran Cronan, like generations in Fremantle before her, crossed the road to kick the footy.
All right.
Right, here we go. Now,
Where am I going to kick it?
Down there. You're teaching me, right?
All right, hold the ball.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's obvious.
And I haven't got a...
You haven't got a stutter?
No, not yet.
No AFL
But,
for you?
no. Oh, matches. Oh, pretty. That does help with girls too. We get the pretty pick ones. Hold the ball.
What sort of kick are you going to do? Just a punt kick?
Yeah, I'm not going to do a droppy because I'll hurt my boots.
Can you
And
do
they're
drop
not
kicks?
proper. I have been known to. I'm sure I taught my boys half that they know. Don't
Well,
tell
come
them
on.
that, so yeah, just hold the ball, drop it, and take that one off.
All right, come on, do a better one.
It has been a while.
Come on, a better one.
A better one? That was a good one.
It went over there. Oh, 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 oh.
I'll get it, David.
Why, because I'm so old?
No.
On all fronts, this has been a very illuminating and humbling afternoon tea. Which brings me to rule number 3. Quit while you're ahead,
Can you mark, David?
No, I'm not going to mark it.
if you ever were.
It's all right. Hey,
Is that better?
that's it. Game
It's
over.
been a long time.
Into the showers.
Separately, I hope.